Hello everyone. My name is Andrew Hockrattle and I am here to pump you up. We are going to be learning Adobe Illustrator over the next 2 weeks. It is the Daily Creative Challenge. If you're just joining us, let me know where you're watching from. Drop it into chat, say hello. If you are watching this on YouTube, you're in the wrong place. If you're looking around and there's just like red stuff everywhere, wrong color. You want to come where the blue stuff is, and that's over on Behance. So come on over to behance.net/live, and that will take you right to the chat. There's some awesome people in here: Flynn, Steve, Joanna, and myself. So hop over from YouTube, come to Behance, come and join us. Behance.net/live is where we are. We're going to be having a great time today learning Adobe Illustrator. If you're just joining us and don't know what this is at all, this is the Daily Creative Challenge. We'll be doing something every single day for you to level up your skills in Illustrator. Greetings from BK. Hello, Allison. Allison. Yeah. So what we're doing is this. This is the Daily Creative Challenge. You can go to behance.net/challenge/illustrator. And thank you, Camilla. I love this mustache. Also, I am wearing the headband because of our theme, but also because I did actually physically just get back from the gym, and boy, is my forehead shiny. But you can get involved going to behance.net/challenge/illustrator and click on this button. It will give you a notification every time that we are going live, every day at this time, as well as a little... We're actually live in the mornings here, which would be middle of the night for you guys, if you're watching from Australia or in a different time zone. But we are live as well at 11:30 PST if you want to join us for either of those. But thanks for coming to this one. So click on this. It will notify you that there is a new challenge going up, and then you can get your source file here. If you have not yet, go right now and get behance.net/challenge/illustrator. Joanna, if you can drop that link in there for me, that would be great. And people can download this source file. We will need it today. We will be using it today. We have an actual challenge we're getting started, which I'm excited about. So go download that and get involved. Another way that you can get involved is to go over here to bit.ly/AI Discord. That is the spot where you can join our Discord. You can post your work. If any of you have posted work, let me know in chat that you've posted it. Maybe I've reviewed it on my personal stream right after this, or maybe I've just left a comment. Let me know if you have posted your work and you're following along with our daily creative challenges. Going to this link right up here, bit.ly/AI Discord, will take you over to our Discord. And there's some super fun stuff, giving away a little bit of what we'll be working on today. But it is people that are playing with type to make it stretch. That will be what we're making today. Got it. My goodness. So we will be stretching type. We're doing some fun stuff, making really weird, wonky, warped type. One of my favorite lessons, probably my favorite challenge of all of them. So if you're going to do one, this is the one to do because it will make me happy. And I think that you'll have a lot of fun with it. Again, Daily Creative Challenges. Hello, welcome. Today we will be using different warps on typography. Type is a really powerful tool in Illustrator to be able to communicate visually. It tells a story and it gives a voice, and finding the right type creates the right person in your audience's mind, right? So we're going to be looking at type, look at some great tools that you can leverage, as well as some of the features of Illustrator to use that type. Now, if you want to get connected with me, yours truly, if you want to follow along, or if you want to get notified when I go live doing your feedback, which will be in literally 26 minutes, I'll be going live. So you can follow along right here at hawk.co on Behance. You can follow that on Instagram as well. And yes, my name is Andrew Hockrattle. It is pronounced just Hawk, H-O-C-H, like the bird. So come hang out, look at my shiny forehead. It is not so shiny right now because we have the glorious headband, which acts as my segue into our lesson for today. So I love to do entertainment with a little bit of fun. So we are going to do some fun today and then, entertainment with a little bit of information. We're going to have some fun today and then we are going to learn. So let's jump in and have a little bit of fun. That's the wrong button. I pushed the wrong button. I had it. That was a good segue though. That was a good segue. Let's give that one more shot. Let's jump in and have some fun. And we made it back. I just need y'all to know I forgot how to put a t-shirt on and we almost didn't get this. That would have been quite the transition. So today we will be learning about how to warp type and how to leverage some of the effects in Illustrator to keep the type editable, but also create some really cool and fun effects. So what I want you to do is go to behance.net/challenge/illustrator. They definitely just dropped that in chat to get this source file. You will need this source file today. That is the end of that sentence. You'll need to download this, so go sign up for the challenges, get this source file going, and then we are going to hop over into Illustrator, right? Super fun. Here we are in Illustrator. I don't know why I'm singing. It just feels right. Also, I have coffee here. This is such a tangent. I have coffee here. This is a question for our Australia friends. Is it appropriate to have like an afternoon cuppa, or is that just a morning thing? Let me know what the... if there's like another term for that. I know about a cuppa, but I don't know if it is acceptable for a full day. So let me know. All right, so learning in Illustrator, we will always have a fun little affirmation when you get into my challenges and download these source files, as well as the different challenges. So today, let's read our challenge, and then we will hop into our lesson. The challenge today is number 1, and it is let's stretch it out. Use the warp tools to stretch and distort type. Super fun. Downward dog, upward learning, and forward progress. Those are the things that we are going to focus on today. And yes, we are going to do all 3 of those. But we're not going to start directly in Illustrator. We're actually going to start over in our browser at Adobe Fonts. Cuppa, usually tea is acceptable 24/7. Okay, cool. We have the best coffee, so you're good with coffee. Yeah. Oh, no. There's no doubt Australia has the best coffee I've ever had in my life. Yes. Neck down coffee from morning through about 4 p.m. Then it's off to the pub. Cool. It's 7 p.m. here, so like maybe that counts. All right, so we're going to fonts.adobe.com and we're going to click on Browse. And this is going to actually take you to a great page with a whole bunch of fonts on it. They've recently added tags. So if you want something that's very specific, you can go in here and grab a tag. Cuppa is all day thing, but only for tea. Got it. Thank you. So you can grab a tag here, but what we want to do is we are definitely trying to think, oh no, everyone's mad about me saying the best coffee. Oh gosh, chat, this is going to get off the rails real fast. So we're on Adobe Fonts, okay, fonts.adobe.com. And I want something that is tall, that is bold, that is strong, that can maybe represent a person, the strength of a person. Let me show off that I just got back from the gym, the strength of a person. You can go over here, and we want a sans serif because they're usually more strong. And you can see as we're checking these, it is going ahead and filtering out the fonts so that they match. We want something that's thicker, so we can do that. And there we go. Now we've got some stuff that's thicker. And I want it to be mono weight so that it really has that weight to it. So let's kind of look through here and look for one that I want. Sophia. This looks nice. So I'm going to click on Sophia. And then here I can type in any sample text that I want. We're just going to do the word stretch because I know that that's what I want. Scroll down and look. Okay, cool. I want this kind of super pro black. I love how thin that is. And there's a rounded version. Oh, there's even a condensed. We're going to do that. So what we do is we just hit up here, this slider, and it will activate all those fonts for us and bring us into Illustrator. Well, now if we bring up the type panel, we have Sophia. You can see Sophia now in all of the different things are synced, and we know that because it has this nice little cloud with the check mark. That means that it is in the cloud, and it has a little check mark. And yes, Camilla, Bebas New is 100% a great option for this. For your challenge, I would definitely use Bebas New. That and Trade Gothic are 2 of my favorite sans serifs, just because they are tall, they are strong, and they really represent what we want. Today, we're going to use the condensed version of Sophia, just because it's already synced. I probably have Bebas on here as well, but we're going to use that. And so what I'm going to do is just grab the type tool by hitting T. And here we are in a dance studio today. So we are going to hit T and then click. And what that does is it just makes it so that we can type a word. And we're going to type out the word stretch. I don't know why my kerning is set that tight. That's my fault. I did something today that was like, let's set it to a crazy amount. There we go. So we have stretch. So now what I want to do is I want to scale this up. There we go. And while this is still live text, I want to give it the momentum and the energy so that it feels like someone that's doing like a downward dog or like a press up, right? Stretching out their back. So we're going to click on this and come up here to Effect, Warp, and then pick any of these, literally any of these. So as you see, let's just set these to 0 so that you guys can kind of see what happens. The warp options will play around and change the type. There are a whole bunch of different styles that we can play with, and I want you in your challenges to explore, to play with these, just get crazy with it and see what happens. Some of my favorites, I love the twist. And so once you set this, you can start to change how much it is going to affect that. So the twist from the center, kind of fun. Another one that I really like is squeeze. It kind of squeezes it in. This is great for if you're feeling like stretching, or you do this way, right? That feels like we're definitely stretching it out. So play around with these and experiment what you can do to get the perfect stretch that you want. What I'm going to do is show you how to combine both the bend and the distortion. The bend is how much of the effect is applied, and the distortion is whether it is on the horizontal or the vertical, right? So we're going to go here, and we're definitely going to do an arc. Let's do an arc. So let's do an arc, and we want it to have, there we go, a lot of arc, right? We want it to have that stretch. But I'm going to kind of play around with the distortion, and pulling the horizontal to the left, we'll see that it starts to stretch to the left a little bit. If we stretch it to the right, again, it's going to take that and distort so that it feels like the right is coming at us a little further. If we do it vertical, it's the same thing except with the top and bottom, right? Stretching out. So that's not quite what I want. So let's try another one. Let's go ahead and change it to, let's do the flag. There we go. So this is a little bit more that I want, right? That we want someone kind of doing a press up. So let's do that. There we go. So we're going to bend so that the flag is bending up. And then the horizontal, I want to be there so that it stretches to that top and then comes down, and it's just bending this type. And what's great is this is still live type. I can click on this and edit it. So maybe instead of stretching, we want it to say backstretch. And there we go. It is completely stretched that out. We'll probably pull this in a little bit. It has made that so now it is stretching. It is staying along that line, and it has stayed as live text. Kind of fun, right? So the next one that I want to show you is how to play with vertical type on a warp. And let's do that. So let's go ahead and grab the type tool, and let's click on vertical type tool. So a bunch of you guys just jumped in. I just saw the numbers bump. So let me know where you're watching from. There are 300 of you in here now. Let me know where you're watching from. If you're on YouTube, come over to Behance, behance.net/live. That's where the chat is happening. All of our friends are here. So come join that chat, say hello, and let me know where you're watching from. And we'll move on to the next one here. We're doing vertical type. So we've just click and held and gone to the vertical type tool. And we're going to click. And now we are typing vertical. So here I want to do like a dancer or like a ballerina, right? That's on this kind of standing pole, and maybe they're doing like, they're on point, right? They're standing up on point. So we're going to do ballerina. Also, if someone can look this up, I was curious about this. Is the male version of a ballerino, or is it still just a ballerina? I'm curious, let me know. So we have a ballerina. There we go. And that's vertical, right? So now it feels like she's maybe just standing, or he. And what we're going to do is I'm going to make a mesh. This is where it gets really fun and you start to get weird. Is we're with this selected, we're going to go to Object. We're going to go to Envelope Distort. And then we're going to go to Make with Mesh. Check this out. So we're going to set it to 4 and 4. And if we turn on the preview, you can see where it's breaking this up in these. There's 4 here, there's 4 here, and 4 there, right? So we're going to hit OK. And when I zoom in, I'm actually going to double click to isolate this. And when you isolate it, you can either choose the object up here, which is the right one, or the mesh, which is the left one. So we want the mesh. And what we can do is we can actually grab these anchor points using the direct selection tool. Just grab these anchor points and scale. And now it's going to create this super cool kind of look that it feels like it's growing toward us. Camilla, you can watch the replay, no problem. This will be up right after this on the YouTube channel, or I think it'll stay right here, and you can definitely watch and catch up, and then join us in Discord. So we just did that by selecting these and then scaling. just scaling a little bit. So I'm actually going to scale this down, and with these selected, so you can see these ones are white, which means they're not selected, and these ones are blue, which means that they are selected. So the male counterpart would be a danseur noble. Thank you. We're going to start moving just those, and you can see that it starts to bend just like the ballerina would bend. So maybe she is bending backwards, right? She has that nice poise. And as we get down here, we're going to grab these bottom anchor points, and we are again going to use the scale tool by hitting S, and you actually can hit enter. I'll show you what that looks like. And it'll bring up this dialog, and as we shrink this down, you'll see that it is shrinking just those anchor points or bringing them up, but keeping that mesh going, right? This gets super weird and wonky. So we're going to go right there and put her on point. And then we're also going to bend her feet right there just a little bit. And as I scale up, there we go. Feels like we have that ballerina sitting on point. And the great thing is this is still live text. So again, I can select this and select the object up here. And instead of being a ballerina, we want it to be a danseur noble. There we go. And now we have our danseur noble changed. It is live text, and we can still edit it with it keeping all of those different elements of the mesh that we have applied to it. And yes, cool vibes tonight. That's right, Mao. We are doing only cool vibes. All right. Are you all ready for the next one? The next one's my favorite. The next one's everyone's favorite. The next one is the one that you're going to want to do for your challenge. Check this out. And check it out. Check it out. I'm very singy tonight. Just know this is going to continue onto the after party at the end of this stream. But the last one that I'm going to show you is how to do yoga poses, right? And you say that and you're like, Andrew, how are you going to do yoga poses in Illustrator? Oh, just wait. Here's the thing. I have typed the word toga so many times trying to type yoga. So we have yoga. It's kerned in super tight. That's fine. We'll keep it. And what we want to do is I'm just going to make a shape as if someone is maybe sitting in a weird yoga pose. So we're going to do a shape here. Maybe they have like a leg that's out doing a weird thing. And then they're kind of coming up this way. Oops. There we go. So let's do something like that, right? And I'm just going to round these corners out by selecting that and then clicking and dragging these corners. Now, watch this. This is the way to do it to have some fun in Illustrator. Is instead of doing all this stuff with the warp, instead of doing stuff with the mesh, what you can do is just select these two. So you want to make sure that this object that you've made, you right click and go to transform and arrange and then bring to front. So you want it in the very, very front. And when we select these two, we go to object, envelope distort, and make with top object. Alt Control C, Command Option C is the hotkey. And now it's going to make, right? This is where it gets weird. It's going to make whatever that top object is, it will put the type into that object, right? And you can do this literally with anything. Here are my little cheat files. We'll delete those. Shh, don't tell anyone. So you can do that with any shape. If I want to type yoga up here again, check this out. We can do another weird shape. Then maybe this one is going to be wobbly. This one's going to be a little more sharp. Oops. So check this out. So now we have this very sharp shape. All we do is, again, right-click, arrange, bring to front, and we select these two and Command Option C or Control Alt C, and it is now putting it into this shape, right? Super fun. This is one of my favorite things to do in Illustrator, is just to play around with how weird we can get type. So to recap, we did 3 things today. We did a warp, which is happening right here by going to Effect, Warp, and then setting our settings. We did a vertical type mesh by making our type, then going to Object, Envelope Distort, and Make with Mesh. And then we made this warp with the top object. And the great thing, again, is I can click in here and change this. If I want it to say bend, it's still all editable text, completely useful to change to whatever we want it to be. So yes, it is a mod wall. This is crazy. Flynn, Joanna, Wade, JB is in here as well. So there are a bunch of ways for you to bend and twist the type to however you want it and really play around and experiment. I want you to get weird with it. Make some weird type, just get crazy. And what I want you to do is once you've gone crazy with this, go here, bit.ly/AI Discord. That is where you will post our work. Post your work, I guess. And some people have been doing some really fun stuff, again, with these warps, pushing them into some of these shapes that they've been making. Love that. Getting nice and sweaty, right? It's weird and kind of goopy. So there's been a lot of fun, and I want you to explore this, to play around with type and see what you can create using these warps. I will be going live again in about 10 minutes on my personal channel. So you can follow along right here at hawk.co here on Behance, and I'll be giving live feedback. I'll be hanging out, answering any follow-up questions that you have. So make sure that you hop over and tune into that in about 5 minutes. But I am going to tell you about one more thing that's very exciting that's going on right now. Adobe is running a very special opportunity, and let me pull it up. I'm throwing creative residency. There we go. They're creating something called the Adobe Creative Residency Community Fund. And it's an opportunity for you to get involved with Adobe by downloading the application. You can apply for a commission for a project, but you also can submit a project that you've had on your mind to get funding for it. So check this out. It is just adobe.creative residency. Here, I'll drop it in chat. There you go. That's for you. I'm the mod now. So today, again, just to recap, we did a few things that I want you to get involved with and to try out. We did the stretching with the warp. And again, it is live text. So maybe we can do morning stretch. It is live text, so we can keep changing it. Then we have our danseur Nobel, which is our male ballerina, I guess. Very, very fun using the warp, using the mesh, and we can select those anchor points. And again, we can just keep going. We can make him taller. We can make him have worse posture. We can do all kinds of things just playing around with that. And then we made a crazy shape and put it by making the top object the envelope for whatever the type would go into. And the same thing here, that this is indeed live text. We can double click into here and change it to say something like bend. There we go. So if there's anything else that you guys would like me to cover, I'm about to hop and go live in about 5 minutes on my channel, or you can drop it in chat right now, right here. I want these night streams or these day streams for you in Australia to be super beneficial and for you guys to learn and be able to engage with the community. So let me know in chat if there's anything else that you'd want me to cover within these challenges, and you can continue to get involved by going to behance.net/challenge/illustrator. You can download the source file, and we will have another one tomorrow. Now you guys get the inside scoop on what we're doing tomorrow. Tomorrow we're making a logo. That is the #1 requested thing. It's always, how do I make a logo? Tomorrow we're making logos. I'll show you how to use simple shapes and how to think about making a logo and think in terms of semiotics, which is how we visually communicate, to make your very own logo. So that'll be fun. Tune in again tomorrow if you're in Australia on Sydney time, 12 p.m. If you are here in the States, it is 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Coming out with those, I'm about to go live in 5 minutes, so make sure you follow along and get that feedback on your challenges. I will see you all tomorrow. Again, it has been a pleasure. Oh man, I'm gonna choke on my way out. It's been a pleasure, and I will see you all again in about 5 minutes if you want to join me for some feedback and some fun on my stream. If not, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.